What if the security of a police station was suddenly breached by a bear? It may sound like a scene from a movie, but bear attacks on buildings, including police stations, have happened before. Why would a bear wander into such an unexpected place? And what chaos might ensue? Follow along. One of the most bizarre bear encounters took place in 2018 in the small mountain town of Aspen, Colorado, and it involved a black bear breaking into a police station. Aspen, known for its luxury ski resorts and outdoor activities, is no stranger to wildlife. Residents are accustomed to living alongside black bears, which often wander into town searching for food, particularly in late summer and fall when they're fattening up for hibernation. But on this particular day, the bear took things to a whole new level, creating chaos in the heart of local law enforcement. It was early September when the incident occurred, and officers at the Aspen Police Department were wrapping up what they thought would be a quiet night. The building, located just a few blocks from downtown, is modern and well fortified. Not exactly the kind of place you'd expect to host a bear invasion. But that didn't stop this particular bear. Around 11 p.m., officers inside the station heard strange noises coming from the back door. Initially, they assumed it might be someone in need of assistance or a routine disturbance. But when the officers checked the security cameras, they were stunned to see a large black bear pawing at the glass door, seemingly determined to get inside. The bear, weighing around 200 pounds, had somehow figured out how to use the door handle. After a few attempts, it managed to push the door open and walk straight into the station. The sight of the bear casually strolling into the building took everyone by surprise. Officers later joked that it looked as if the bear was there to file a complaint. As the bear sniffed around, clearly drawn by the smell of food in the building, the officers slowly backed away and called for backup. Fortunately, the bear didn't seem interested in the officer. It was more focused on exploring its new surroundings. Officers quickly began securing other entrances and exits to prevent the bear from wandering further into the building. At one point, the bear found its way into a room where evidence was stored, knocking over some shelves and scattering paperwork. It even poked its nose into an open drawer before moving on. The whole time, officers were carefully monitoring its movements, hoping to coax the bear back outside without any escalation. After what felt like an eternity, the bear made its way to another door and, just as it had done upon entering, used its paw to open it and exit the building. Once outside, it wandered off into the night, seemingly uninterested in causing any further trouble. The police department quickly secured the building and reviewed security footage of the bizarre incident. Local wildlife officials were called in to investigate, and they determined that the bear had likely been attracted to the station by the smell of food, possibly from a nearby dumpster or leftovers inside the station. The fact that the bear had figured out how to open the door was remarkable, though not entirely unheard of. Bears are incredibly intelligent and resourceful animals, especially when motivated by hunger. This incident became the talk of the town, with the Aspen Police Department releasing a humorous statement about the bear's visit. They assured the public that no one, including the bear, had been harmed and reminded residents to be vigilant about securing trash and food to avoid attracting wildlife. The footage of the bear strolling into the station even went viral, drawing attention from media outlets across the country. If you ever find yourself in a situation where a bear gets too close for comfort, remain calm and give the animal plenty of space to leave. Don't panic, and avoid confronting the bear unless absolutely necessary. In most cases, bears are just as eager to avoid humans as we are to avoid them. Story 2. One of the most terrifying bear attacks in recent US history took place on September 6, 2014, in a remote part of New Jersey. The attack was notable not only because it was deadly, but because it involved a young black bear in an area not typically known for bear attacks. This incident would lead to the tragic death of a 22-year-old Rutgers University student named Darsh Patel, marking the first recorded fatal bear attack in New Jersey's history. The Apshawa Preserve covers around 576 acres of wilderness, and it's a popular spot for local hikers and bird watchers. As the group ventured deeper into the woods, they felt a growing sense of adventure. But as they neared a more secluded part of the trail, something they never anticipated happened. They spotted a black bear in the distance, watching them. At first, the bear didn't appear to be aggressive. In fact, it was around 300 feet away, and black bears are usually timid and afraid of humans. But this bear, a 300-pound male, seemed more curious than afraid. As the group stood still, unsure of what to do, the bear slowly began moving toward them. Tensions rose as the bear closed the distance between them. Realizing the situation was escalating, the group made the decision to back away slowly. They knew running could provoke the bear, and in that moment they were trying to stay calm. However, the bear continued to approach, not showing the typical signs of retreat that a black bear usually would. Instead, it seemed to fixate on the group. Soon, what was once curiosity turned into an ominous and deadly encounter. Panic started to set in as the bear advanced. One of Darsh's friends tried throwing rocks and sticks at the bear in an attempt to scare it off, but nothing worked. The bear continued to follow, now only a few yards away. Realizing that the situation was growing increasingly dangerous, the group made the decision to split up and run in different directions, hoping the bear would lose interest in at least some of them. As they scattered, the bear fixated on Darsh, chasing after him through the dense woods. His friends, now separated, didn't have a clear view of what was happening, but could hear the sounds of struggle and realize something had gone terribly wrong. They quickly called 911, desperate for help. By the time authorities arrived on the scene, it was too late. Darsh Patel had been mauled to death. His body was found about 2 hours later, deep in the forest, with signs of a violent struggle. He had suffered multiple bite wounds and scratches, and it was clear that the bear had killed him. This was the first fatal bear attack in New Jersey's history, and it sent shockwaves through the local community, which had always considered black bears to be relatively harmless. Wildlife officials quickly launched a search for the bear, determined to prevent another attack. Using Darsh's phone, which was found with puncture marks from the bear's teeth, they were able to locate the animal. The bear was eventually tracked down and euthanized. DNA evidence confirmed that it was the same bear responsible for Darsh's death. In the aftermath of the tragedy, questions swirled about why the bear had acted so aggressively. Black bears are typically shy and avoid humans unless provoked, and fatal attacks are extremely rare. Some experts speculated that this particular bear may have been starving or had lost its natural fear of humans due to food conditioning, meaning it had learned to associate humans with easy access to food, such as garbage or unattended food left by campers and hikers. However, no direct evidence of food conditioning was found. The incident sparked debates about bear management in New Jersey. This led to calls for more active management, including regulated hunting seasons to control bear numbers. Others, however, argued that the attack was an isolated incident and that the focus should be on better education for hikers and residents living in bear territory. For Darsh's friends and family, the tragedy was deeply personal and traumatic. His friends were left to grapple with the memories of that day and the helplessness they felt as they watched their friend being pursued by the bear. Rutgers University, where Darsh was a senior studying information technology, mourned his death, and tributes poured in from friends and classmates who described him as a kind and driven young man with a bright future ahead of him. If you want more tips and updates on outdoor safety, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. Stay safe out there and see you next time.